there were a message that you'd want this young generation to hear from you, what would that be?
That it seems like a lot of the young kids are not getting the right attention. They're not getting a good education. And I think things are going back to the way they used to be. I think this immigration issue has put a bad light on a lot of Latinos, and we need to make sure that we fight for our rights again. The worst time in my life, my worst day in my high school and earlier was when we studied the Alamo. Felt very bad, and I don't think things have changed. I think that our kids are still learning the Alamo the way I learned it. And when I got out of class, I was in tears, and I thought that Mexicanos were nothing but backstabbing, dirty Mexicans. And I went home almost in tears, and because I didn't want my mom to see me cry. And my mom said, well, yeah, remember the Alamo? We built it. And the Spaniards, the missionaries built it. And, you know, it didn't make sense to me. And then now I'm finding out that up to 1/3 of the heroes, the fighters in the Alamo, were Tejano. And they weren't just there to fight. They were there because they were born in the Alamo and they lived in the Alamo. 1/3. And that is not being taught. And then last year at the State Board of Education, this board is elected and we still don't get involved. And we only have one Mexicana there, and they are the curriculum, the books that they're adopting were very bad. And last year there was 150 books recommended and only 4 were Latino. You don't have Sandra Cisneros, Ayala, Acuna, Rivera. You don't have any of our people represented in that list. And I had to go along with a lot of other educators and fight, because for the next 10 years, the future, they're the ones that the state board is going to decide what books your kids are going to read, our kids are going to read, and they don't represent us. And that's why recently I've started to get back involved, because I think that we're going back instead of forward. A lot of our nephews and nieces are not going to college. They're making bad choices. And these are the young kids that had everything. And there's something wrong with our system again. We still have 50% dropouts. We still have a problem. And there was a lot of good things that came from the walkout, but we still have a lot of work to do. And I think a lot of professionals here in Dallas recognize that. And I'm very happy to know people like yourself, like Raul Trevino and David Lozano, that are doing something about it. And they're doing something to help the Dallas Mexican-American child.
I want to thank you so much for your time, and to thank you for what you did for all of us back in that day, that just, I think, has inspired a lot of us to, or rather to give us the opportunities we have today.
Thank you, Alma. I appreciate it. You and Rudy very much.
Thank you.